Modes. It's one of these subjects that everybody kind of gets confused about, and I don't think it's because it's complicated. I think it's because it's just not explained very well. If you know your major scale, you actually really already know your modes. You just kind of don't know that you know them. That's probably going to confuse people even more. But I'm going to do a set of videos. So I'm going to start off with one today. We're going to cover the mode that just about everybody knows, which is the major scale, which is a mode. Da, da, da. It's actually it's the Ionian mode. But we'll go through all of this. So we're going to cover the Ionian mode and another one called the Aeolian mode. So most musicians are used to the fact that we know a song's in a major key or a minor key. So what do we mean by that? The song's in a major key. Let's say a song's in the key of F. There's a reason why I'm choosing F. It means kind of like that's the major scale. Everything starts from F major. So what we're kind of saying is the whole song is based around the notes of an F major scale. So we're talking about 7 notes. 8 if you include the octave, but it's 7 notes. So in the key of F, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, back to F. So if a song's in the key of F and all the notes that are being used in the song are from the key of F, then there's only 7 notes. So where are all the chords coming from? You know, how is this all working? It's kind of like a conjuring trick. So I'm going to take a song, Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder. We're not going to look at the intro. The intro is not going to look at that. I want to keep things simple. We're just going to look at the verse. So the verse consists of 4 chords. We're only going to look at the first 2. We're going to keep this really, really straightforward. So the 2 chords at the beginning of the song are F major, D minor. It goes to a B flat, it goes up to a C. We're not going to look at those. F major, D minor. Okay. So we could say, right, well, F major, where does that chord come from? Well, that comes from our F major scale. Basic chord is the root, 3rd and 5th. So it's kind of like the root, the 3rd and the 5th of the major scale. That gives us our chord. And we know the scale we can play over that song. You've got that chord. We know what to play over that. Then it goes to D minor. Well, let's look at this D minor. Where's this D minor chord coming from? Is it being just plucked randomly out of the ether? Or is there a reason why the D minor sounds so good with the F? Could it be that we're actually still only using the notes of the F major scale? And if there's a chord, is there a scale to go with the chord? Which is an obvious yes. Every chord is kind of like a skeleton of a scale. So, of course, there's a scale. So let's figure out what's going on. We've got an F major chord. We kind of know we can play the F major scale. That's all. You know, that makes perfect sense. Let's look at the notes of the D minor chord. The notes are D, F, and A. Are all those notes in the F major scale? It's the first question we ask ourselves. Well, we know the F is. We know the A is the 3rd. Well, the D is the 6th. Okay, so these notes of this D minor chord are just kind of the notes of F, just starting on the 6th note of F, which is D. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. 6th is a D. I'm starting on the 6th. Okay, we got a chord. Chords come from scales. What if we play the major scale starting from D? We're just going to play the F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, we're just going to start on the D. So we're going to go D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. Yeah, okay. I'm only playing the notes of F major, but I'm starting on the D. I've got this lovely new scale. It's a minor scale. I would urge you to go to my website and download Music Theory Book 1. We're talking about intervals and distances between notes. A major chord has a distance between the root and the third of 4 frets or 4 half steps. A minor chord, minor scale, has a distance of 3 frets or 3 half steps. Just go to the website. I'm going to go on today, and I'm actually going to put it on for free for a couple of weeks, because I really want people to kind of get into this stuff and understand it. So we've got a new scale which works with our chord. So we got F major, D minor. Then we go to the D minor. You could say, well, if I'm playing the same notes, what's the point of me starting from the D? Why don't I just play from F and play an F major? Well, you can. It'll sound pretty boring, but you'll play the right notes. As bass players, we know we follow the chords. So I cheated there. I added a chromatic note. Ignore that. So I'm just playing a bass line. You might want to just play the root, but the thing is, you know the other notes you can play. I'm just playing the notes of F major. I'm thinking F major, then I'm thinking D minor. Okay, so what is this minor chord? This minor is called the Aeolian. It's a fancy name. Names are not as important as how we use this stuff. So this is the exercise I want to get everybody doing. Firstly, think about the fact that we've got 2 chords in this verse of this song. Forget the intro. That's a different thing. There's something else going on there which we're not even going to get into. We just want to look at the fact that if we play a major scale, from the 6th note we get what's called the relative minor, or the Aeolian mode. Mode, scale, doesn't matter. You call it what you want. A mode is a scale. Okay? Scales are modes. So don't get too hung up about that. This is the exercise. So let's say this song was in the key of C major and not F major. First chord would be C, then it would go to the chord that's built on the 6th note. So you could play this song. So once you get this exercise down, you could play the beginning of this verse of this song in any key. It'll be relevant to you. You'll know what's going on. The chords are from the root of the scale and from the 6th of the scale. The scales that you use are the one on the root of the scale and the chord scale on the 6th. Let's play in C major. Doesn't matter. I'm playing. A quick way to think about finding the 6th note is to think, okay, let's go back to F. F. That could be the root, or it could be the octave. So just think about that as the 8th and count down. That's the 7th note of the scale. That's the 6th. 3 frets gives you the 6th. And the patterns we've got obviously are 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4 for our major scale. For our relative minor, for our Aeolian, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. Okay, pretty straightforward. So this is the exercise. We're going to play around the circle of fifths, circle of fourths. Circle. It's a circle. So we're going to start on C. Then we're going to play the relative minor, the Aeolian. So we're going to go down 3, down to the minor. We're going to play that. Then we're going to go to F. Then we're going to play the relative minor. Then we're going to go to B flat. Then we're going to play the minor from the sixth, relative minor, the Aeolian. Then we're going to go to E flat. Play the minor. Where are we? A flat. Play the minor. D flat. Relative minor. Let's cheat. Let's go up to the G flat here because I want you to be able to see a pattern. Patterns are a blessing and a curse, but let's just work with the pattern. So we're going to play G flat on the 9th fret of the A string, the G flat major. We're going to play the relative minor, 3 frets down on the 6th. We're going to go to the B, relative minor, E, down to the minor, A, relative minor, D, relative minor, which is B, 3 frets down, G, relative minor from the E, then we're back to C. This is called circular fifth, circular fourth. I just call it the circle. That's another discussion. Do the exercise. Next week we're going to take this further. I want to get everybody understanding modes and realizing how cool and useful they are. But please go to my website, mikestockbass.com, and you can download Music Theory Book 1 for free. I urge you to do that. It's free. Go and do it. Just download it. It'll be a good reference to have anyway, and it'll help you understand how music is built, scales, blocks. Okay, so do this, and next week we'll go to the next stage, which will be building a scale and a chord from the second note of the major scale. By the end of this, you'll have 7 scales, all modes, and 7 chords. You'll be able to play over most songs. You'll be able to figure out what's going on. So it's a really cool thing to get down. And don't be freaked out by modes. Modes aren't complicated. The way they're explained is complicated. It doesn't have to be.